Hey everybody, it's Jody. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I love to talk about New Earth. I like to help people find their way to New Earth and help people understand what is coming, why certain things happen. And the last couple of days I have been pushed or guided to go back and listen to a bunch of Allison Coe videos. She is a quantum healing practitioner in Portland, and she brings out occasionally different things that have come out in sessions about New Earth, about the solar flash, the transition. And I just was like, I'm going to go back and see refresh my memory. That's a good way to put it. I went back and refreshed my memory. And a lot of the stuff that came out was this particular solar flash that we were all waiting on since like 2017 or 2018, and I think everybody kind of forgot about it because it didn't happen. But as I listen to what she was saying and I go back and think about different things that have happened, I think at this moment in time we're still in preparation. And let me give you an example. You know, we have a lot of coronal holes in the sun, solar flares that I believe are little bitty small solar flashes that are kind of getting people ready for maybe a big major one. And a week ago Friday, something happened to me, and then I was able to verify that something happened to several other people. And it was a Friday afternoon, and it wasn't that busy at work, but I remember in the afternoon, it started about 2:30-ish or so. It was like my brain kind of quit working on me. I remember feeling kind of disoriented. I didn't feel shaky like my blood sugar was down, but I certainly felt like something was majorly affecting my brain to the point where I was sitting at my computer and I was just like staring at it at this one point in time, and I could not remember the actions that I needed to do like send a fax over to somebody. And I just kept like sitting there. It was like I was, I don't know, off planet in a different place, or my brain was scrambled. It's hard to define what exactly happened. And I remember sitting there thinking, oh my God, do I need to go home? I was kind of afraid to answer the phone because it was like I was not 100% there, and I couldn't figure out what to do to like pull myself back in. And I ended up going home that night, and I ended up going to bed like really early. I think I probably went to bed like at 7 o'clock, and I remember thinking I ended up sleeping 9 hours that night. Sound asleep, solid. I felt great the next day, didn't feel like anything had happened. And last weekend, I discovered that we had some sort of a solar flare that had come in on Friday. And it started coming in and kind of going in, and it peaked at 8 o'clock. I was in bed at 8 o'clock when it happened, but it whited out the Schumann resonance. One of my favorite weather guys, Mr. MBB333, was talking about it and showed where the solar flare had come in and peaked and the times that it had happened. And it was right in the middle of when I started having that like brain scramble. So fast forward to probably Monday morning, I had a lady that was supposed to come into the office and pick up a check on Friday, and she called on Monday and she was like, I'm sorry, I had to send my husband in because I wasn't feeling well. It just kind of hit me out of nowhere, and I felt kind of dizzy, and I was like, there was a solar flare that hit on Friday afternoon, and there was some energy that came into the air, and that's probably what that was. And I'm sure she probably thought I was crazy because who is this woman talking to her about weird things coming in through the air? And another friend of mine that had some weird stuff. So I got verification from other people that they felt what came in on Friday, and then I could see in black and white the Schumann resonance and that there was a solar flare and kind of like how it peaked and everything. So I could verify in writing how I was feeling or why I was feeling it. So if we think about those type of things happening on little mini scales, I feel like that is getting people ready for a major one. Because if you think about a major solar flash coming all at once, a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle that. I mean, imagine, people being completely wiped out and the whole world being wiped out at once. I mean, there's probably movies out there where people have, like, buses have, like, ran, the people driving cars all blank out and having crashes, and people flying planes crashing. We don't want that to happen when the major solar flash happens. We want it to not be as devastating. So as I was watching the Allison Coe stuff, it made me feel, it just reminded me that all of these little teeny ascension symptoms and ascension things is all preparing us for that big solar event that is due to come anytime. I feel that very certain, especially with the floods that are going on in Wuhan right now. I feel like there is something about that. When that Three Gorges Dam busts, I feel like that might be something to do with a solar flash. I don't know. There's just too many things going on around that seems like that's going to be some sort of a shift. So Allison Coe also brought up a lot of information about what New Earth is going to look like from all of her people that she did. She's great at asking questions about what's coming. And, a lot of people going off planet when the solar flash hits because they're not ready. And if you also watch the news, well, it's not in the news. I keep saying the news. It depends on who you watch the news. I have lots of people that I watch, but it's not mainstream media. There are crafts in the air, and I feel like they are all here right now, kind of waiting to be there to take people off planet that are not ready for this solar flash that hits. I have also heard many times that there is and I believe Allison Coe has talked about this through her quantum healing sessions, that there are shields that are protecting us from the sun right now, keeping that from hitting, trying to get more people ready for it. Because again, if everybody gets hit and is off guard and their bodies aren't ready, they are not prepared for that major solar flash, it's going to cause a lot of problems for the unawakened. And there's still a lot of them out there right now. So if you have time, go back and watch Allison Coe's stuff. It's really super interesting. And it might make more sense to you now, especially after the last 3 years. She brings up a lot of stuff about the political arena and things happening in it. And it's fascinating to go back 3 years and re-look at everything she talked about, and then go back and see all of the stuff that has come true. So when you start questioning, why do you feel this way? When you question what is going on, why is everything taking so long, go back and watch her, and it will help remind you what all needs to get put in place in order for the big shift to happen. We can't handle it. We cannot handle it without our bodies being prepared, our minds being prepared. And I feel like, especially last year, a lot more people came online and ready for the shift. So go watch her. She's really interesting. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, post them in the comment thing. And have a great day. Bye.